Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Make the Right Play. We're here. We're back in studio, normal time. It's good to be back. I got the coach on my left. As always, I got your Bowie behind the camera, making everything sound good for us, making everything work. Shout out your Bowie and your Bowie Media for all your media needs in the Pensacola area. It's good to be back with you all here on a beautiful Wednesday night in the pouring rain. And, we got some breaking news. It's been a crazy last half hour here with news piling in of a massive earthquake in Venezuela. There was earthquakes earlier today in California. There was earthquakes in Japan today. Earthquakes all around the globe. 2 earthquakes back to back in Venezuela just now, though, in the last hour or so here. A 7.2 and a 7.5 earthquake back to back. And the capital of Venezuela is rocking right now. Coach, what do you think about that? I mean, we saw on the ride here, and tsunami threatened Puerto Rico. It's a little bit of a crazy time right now in Central America.
Well, I feel terrible for Puerto Rico because they have the water shortage in San Juan.
Yeah,
I mean, those people literally have no water. I don't know. I just feel like poor Puerto Rico is just falling apart.
Yeah.
But your buoy says that the earthquakes are pretty normal.
Pretty normal. Well, smaller earthquakes, I believe, are normal. Especially like if you're on the tectonic plate level, it is pretty normal. It's something that's regular, but I mean, not to this magnitude where it's 7.0 and plus, where
7.2, 6.9,
yeah,
5.6.
like there's some pretty sizable earthquakes, and we're gonna show you guys a couple clips here. We'll start with what's going on? You need the clips? Oh, we never sent them because I was still putting them together.
Sorry.
That makes total sense. We were putting together emergency clips before the show started, and I never sent them over.
Well, I have to say I was shocked when I saw the clip from Northern California. Then I was shocked when I saw the clip in Venezuela. I mean, we still haven't been able to get anything out of Japan because it just happens at 5:30.
Yeah.
So, there really hasn't been anything on X to show. It's just really unbelievable. I have one word for that. HARP.
Man. Yeah.
Which, I believe that the government can't control the energy. But, a lot of people tell me that they think that I'm crazy when I say that. And I don't think I'm crazy. I actually do think that the government can control the energy. And I do think that
the government can control the weather, too. Don't forget that one, Coach. You're all about that one. That's a big one for you.
I meant to say weather, and I kept saying energy.
You kept saying
What
energy.
is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? You know what it is? I just need my whole brain. I'm 52. I'm too old for this. I can't multitask with my brain anymore.
It's the multitasking. I agree. No,
and,
absolutely
I've been
agree.
traumatized because, as you know, we had a puppy just show up at our house a couple of weeks ago.
We sure did.
And Carlos's Jeep, they abandoned the puppy.
Yep.
Long story short, Leia was out till very late, early in the morning, out gallivanting with her owner.
Out gallivanting with her owner?
Anyway, long story short, she sees me.
What a
She's
line.
like, Grandma, I missed you so much. And she comes running, and she gives me a little kiss, and she nibbles my ear. And then I hear like a little crunch, and I go, ooh, good thing diamonds are the toughest surface. And my husband goes, what diamond? I said, what do you mean, my earrings? He goes, you don't have an earring on. And I'm like, what?
Oh, gosh.
And I just have the back. Leia bit my diamond earring that I waited my whole life for right out of my ear.
Right out of the ear.
We called the vet, and it's like 2 or 3 days. Hopefully the earring will show up, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So my husband was so funny because I said, that's it. We're selling her on the Facebook because that's like, you could sell a German Shepherd puppy for like $2,000. I said, I want my earring, right?
Easily, yeah.
And my husband goes, and we could sell it with a mystery gift.
Yep.
And say it's like a Cracker Jack box. You don't know. You could get a special prize.
You could. Yeah, you definitely could get a special prize. It's true.
So, I mean, we made the best of it. We didn't get mad at Leia. I love that dog so much. And she was so adorable because she went running to her bowl. She's eating her food. She's drinking her water.
Yep.
And she's just like, oh, my gosh, I'm going to try to go to the bathroom. She went twice, and she's just so lovely. So I can't get mad at that girl.
Yeah, she's something else. She's been wonderful. She really has been wonderful.
Let's show the new Leia. Let's go to clip number 2.
Okay, let's show clip 2.
The jewel thief Leia.
That day, same day photo right here. After fresh out of the thievery here, we got a beautiful look of the baby.
I love her so much.
She's wonderful. She's the best. She really is. She's so great. Feel super lucky that she came to me. But
I do too.
She's wonderful. But hopefully that earring surfaces. Still no sign. Scott Villa says as he hangs out with her right now. Still no sign of that earring. Hopefully it comes through for us. But getting back to the breaking news, now that we have the clips and everything ready to rock and roll for you guys, let's go to clip 28 because this is within the last hour here in Venezuela. 7.2 magnitude earthquake, and this just rocked the capital of the country.
Amareli, se está cayendo esta mierda.
Wow, Venezuela.
Mierda.
Yeah, just rocking.
I have to say, they kept saying Venezuela was like the poorest country in the world. They look pretty, like they're living pretty good there. I've seen worse apartments in New York City.
Yeah, look at that flat screen
Not
just
for
rocking and
nothing.
rolling there.
But I grew up on the Lower East Side, and the people were living a lot more poor
Edificios.
than where they
Se
live in
cayeron
communist
edificios.
Venezuela. in
Miren
that
cómo
picture.
está eso. Se acaban de caer edificios. Todavía está temblando.
Yeah, it was a bad scene. It was a bad scene. A lot of destruction in Venezuela right now, a lot of damage, but you know, it's a bad situation. And now there's a tsunami advisory for the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. And Coach, you had mentioned earlier, Puerto Rico already in a water crisis right now. Lots of bad things going on there. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's a tough scene for Central America and South America right now. And
well, don't forget Northern California.
and Northern California.
Let's show
yes.
that video. Number
Let's do it.
27, you buoy, please. Oh, gosh, no.
Look at all that wine,
No.
Coach.
Oh,
Nothing breaks your heart more right there than seeing that red
now
wine
that
just
was
gone.
painful to watch.
That was painful to watch. Look at this the video of this grocery store though. This was unbelievable.
Do you want me to run home and check on Ryan?
Just destroyed.
just gonna say how's.
I
want
thought
me to
they
run
made it so
home?
that everything shifted and, like, you know,
Look at that. Unreal.
that stinks.
It's
That looks like a Sam's
devastating.
Club or something.
Yeah. Or I don't know. Maybe it
Walmart?
could be like a Walmart or even like
BJ's?
it gives a little hint of like Winn-Dixie maybe.
Winn-Dixie, no.
Yeah, it gives a little Winn-Dixie. There's a lot of red in that
I
video
have to
there.
say my hair looks fantastic
It does.
today.
It looks good. It looks good.
I went to get my hair done today. Jacob had best hairstylist in Pensacola, Florida, honey.
Nope, there you go.
Love
Free ad.
Jacob. Love him.
Love
and
Jacob.
I'm so happy with my hair.
It looks good, Coach. It looks good. It looks fresh.
And you know what else made me happy?
What's that?
I have to say, like, talking about Puerto Rico, it really pissed me off the way that other Americans were treating Bad Bunny. It really made me angry.
Oh, back to Bad
It gave
Bunny,
me a
okay.
we're totally talking about Bad Bunny.
Back to Bad Bunny.
Because unfortunately, partying before the fake graduation, I was celebrating with some Bad Bunny, and I hadn't been able to listen to it for like weeks.
Yeah.
So then today, Bad Bunny showed up on my timeline, and I heard the song again, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's my jam. Let's go to video number 26, you buoy.
All right, let's go video 26. Live in Germany.
In Germany. But listen to this.
They're singing it, Coach. Those Germans.
But listen to this part. Look at that.
Place is buzzing in Germany right there.
Germans could figure out Nueva York, right?
They could. They figured it out very, very well, it sounded
But
like.
the fellow American people, our fellow Americans, I don't understand that Spanish music, that Spanish music at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But in Germany, they can figure it out.
Yep.
I mean, you know what it is? There's always a reason or an excuse to hate on people and to have division. So I just had to point out that the people in Germany are smarter than Americans because even they could figure out a Bad Bunny song, okay?
The Germans,
And they
well,
got
the Germans
beat.
have always had pretty good minds, some might say.
They say the best minds in the world.
You know, they've always been able to kind of put some things together, you know, and figure it out. So they've
best
never been
minds in the
incapable
world.
people. Let's say that, the Germans. But I mean, they seem to love it. Granted, that was a Bad Bunny concert, so I would hope
It doesn't matter.
that some people would have an idea of what's going on at the Bad
that
Bunny concert
stadium
that
was
they go to.
jam-packed. And those Germans, could pick up the Spanish pretty easily, in my opinion.
They picked it up. They looked pretty good singing it too. Everybody was pretty excited. But yeah, Coach. So the Germans, they love Bad Bunny. We love Bad Bunny. We're Bad Bunny supporters on this show.
There's a great concert coming, and I'm so excited, and I really want to go.
Oh, a great concert here.
You know, my daughter's working, so that throws a couple of wrenches in the plan because she has work, and
yep.
And I really want to go see Kanye West so badly. Oh my gosh, I love Kanye. I don't care what you say about Kanye. I love Kanye West.
Well, Rick Scott would tend to disagree with you.
Well,
Senator Rick Scott from the state of Florida.
GOP, the party of free speech. Your buoy play number 5.
Let's go. Clip number 5 here. Yeah, this got Coach fired up today.
I saw today that you started a petition calling on people to boycott Kanye West's upcoming concerts in Tampa. Why do you find that necessary?
Well, first off, Kanye adores Hitler. He sells
Enjoys Hitler.
Sweaters or material with swastikas. He's anti-Semitic. It's at a public venue where they're taking taxpayer dollars, including Jews in Tampa. They're paying for this, and so it ought to be canceled. Nobody should buy a ticket.
Well, I understand where you're coming from. Maybe I'm in the minority. I'm Jewish. And I actually feel like that canceling Kanye's shows could backfire. A lot of people are running with the conspiracy, the anti-Semitic conspiracy that Jews control everything. They control institutions. And I think if the show is canceled, then it might give them like quote unquote proof. And then they'll run with that and say, see, this is what's happening here. What do you think about that?
Well, I think he's anti-Semitic. I think we all have to stand up for our Jewish friends. That we shouldn't take public dollars, including from Jews, and then have those dollars be used to attack them. I mean, that's disgusting.
I can.
So what are they? So Rick Scott believes that Kanye West is just going to go right on stage on Sunday or Friday night, Sunday night, and just blast the Jews. That's what Rick Scott believes. I don't think that's the case. I think that, Kanye West is, you can complain about Kanye West all you want, but Kanye West is very musically gifted. I think a lot of people can agree on that. He's very talented. His music is fantastic, and they want to try to boycott him, which I don't think it's going to work. I think he's going to do fairly well with his concerts this weekend. We shall see. They're kind of giving away tickets these days, though, Coach. It seems pretty
I'm sure a lot of people rushed and bought. No, I think a lot of people rushed and bought a lot of seats because they thought that they were going to capitalize on everything.
Yeah.
And now they have an overabundance of tickets because they're greedy, because they couldn't just let it go to the, because when you go to buy tickets, everything's sold out right away. And then right away it goes to the
secondary markets. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's normal.
Right, but that's what they do. So I'm sure there were a lot of greedy people who had access and got all the tickets first. Probably the people that he's complaining about being victims.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying.
Think the victims went and bought out the stadium?
I mean, maybe. You never know. But I don't agree with censoring speech. I believe the answer is more free speech. And you know what? Be a beautiful person. Be a good person. Live a life by example. But stopping people from speech, who is the arbiter of what is allowable speach? I only answer to Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. I'm sorry. I'm not going to have Rick Scott tell me that he knows who should be allowed to have a concert or not. I don't like it.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. I think...
I don't like it.
We've said this 1,000 times, especially with this show, because we get people that complain about our show and say that, we offend them and they want to take us off the air or whatever. And what I say to those people is just, feel free to change the channel. If you don't like what you're hearing and you're upset about it, you live in the United States, you can change the channel. You don't have to listen to Kanye West. You don't have to go to support Kanye West at his concerts. You don't have to watch Make the Right Play. You can watch Harry Sisson, or you can watch, Candace Owens. You can watch other people. You don't have to just be forced to watch. It's not like the old days where you were watching, ABC and CBS, and there was maybe 3 or 4 channels on a cable television, and that's all you could watch. There are so many sources for entertainment, so many different avenues out there. You can watch whatever you want, and you could feel free to do that because this is the United States. You're not forced to do anything. So for people to be like, oh, this guy should be completely taken off and forget his concerts and destroy everything. It's like, dude, like.
He wants to ban him from making a living.
Right.
Like,
he wants to completely
big.
shut him down.
This is big. Like, this is like Kanye West. We think you're anti-Semitic, so we can ban you from making a living.
Exactly.
And this isn't the first time in the country in recent history that this has been catching on like wildfire. Oh, you don't want to take a vaccine? You can lose your living.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't like what you say and we don't want you to do a podcast on your free time? You can lose your living.
Yep.
It's evil, it's disgusting, and we have to get back to basics, get back to freedom of speech in this country.
Right.
And Rick Scott should be ashamed of himself for putting out that petition.
Yeah.
He should be ashamed of himself because he, coming from the free state of Florida, should be like, freedom always goes first. We may not agree with people all the time, but you know what? We have to figure out a way to love each other, love our neighbors, and not force him from making a living. That takes it to the next level.
Yeah. It's one thing to disagree and fight with somebody, but to be like, you can't make a living, like you're completely out and you need to like forget it is a whole other thing. I mean, Kanye West suffered for years. I mean, they canceled all of his Adidas and all of his clothing lines. They canceled him off of iCloud for a while and iTunes. They kicked him off, and you know he's gone through it quite a bit. He backtracked on a lot of the stuff he said. I'm not agreeing with it, but I'm just saying, like, you know,
Kanye West has mental problems. Let's be honest.
Exactly.
I mean, sometimes I listen to Kanye West talk, and I'm like, he sounds like a lunatic on the subway.
Yeah.
Honestly, like if I was
accurate.
really talking to him, there are times that I'd be like, oh my gosh, Kanye, I remember talking to somebody just like you in the Lower East Side on Sheriff Park.
Yeah.
You know, usually after an all-nighter, a couple of things going on.
Couple brown bags.
But the point is that you don't say you're not allowed to make a living. We're going to prevent you. What you do is you say, you know what? I like his music, but I'm not going to go to his concert. Because you can support people with your own dollars, but you can't force me not to go enjoy a Kanye West concert. Like, you're taking away my freedoms too.
Maybe Kanye will see this bit, coach, and bring you back. Maybe he'll get you front row tickets.
There are times that he sounds like a complete lunatic, and then there are other times that I'm like, you know what he's saying makes sense. But the point is that there's only one person, to me, that is the total arbiter of what is right and wrong, and that's Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So I do not want Rick Scott thinking that he can decide for me what is right and wrong.
Right.
And who I should or should not be able to go see in concert.
Well, it's the Jewish guy agreed with you, the camera person. He's like, listen, like, you know, who are you to kind of decide for the Jews that we don't want Kanye West here and, you know, he needs to be kicked out. It's like, listen, like, as a Jew, we already take enough hate that we're controlling everything. If you get rid of him, it's like the Jews are controlling everything. He told it right to his face. He's like, you're actually doing us a disservice.
Well,
and Rick Scott's like, I don't care. We're getting rid of him.
Well, Rick Scott needs to get voted out. But let's show video number 6 because this kind of bothered me as well.
All right, let's go clip number 6.
And the house, which is the facility here, is asking to remove this flag for the safety. Okay? How about, why can't you remove that flag? I'm giving you an option. Are you guys removing this flag, but you guys are removing my flag? It seems like a little anti-Semitism is playing a part here. No. When you guys remove that flag, once you remove that, I'll remove mine. So you don't want to watch the game then? You guys aren't trying to remove the flag? You remove the flag, or you have to leave. What was that one more time? If I remove my flag, but these guys can keep their flag. I don't know what, I didn't make the call. Who's making the call? Okay, sounds to come. We've been told. How come they can't remove their flag? You see the two young ladies up there? Why aren't they flag? We're not trying to make this difficult.
Remove your flag, coach.
I thought that was horrible.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like, and I love how it's always, he started off with, we need you to remove your flag for safety. It's for your safety. Isn't that kind of anti-Semitic?
A little bit.
Like,
They're like, listen, these Arabs are going to kick your ass right here in the stadium.
Well, he looked like a tough guy. I think
he did look like a tough guy.
I think he could take care of himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We cannot keep treating adults like babies.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. Stop treating adults like babies.
Right.
Adults should be able to make their own decisions.
Especially, you know, it's funny enough, that was at SoFi Stadium during the World Cup. World Cup's going on right now. The World Cup there's an abundance of flags at the World Cup. Abundance of flags. Everybody's got their flags. Do you think that they told any of the Iranian fans to take their flags and get rid of them?
In Germany, a German tour guide got in trouble for waving the German flag. And he said, this is how
In Germany?
In Germany. Do they have a World Cup in Germany? Or
Well, the World Cup's only in the United States right now.
It's only in the United States?
We're hosting. We're the host country.
Well, there was a guy holding a German flag. All right, so I'm getting some of the story wrong. Anyway, he's a tour guide.
Yeah.
And they said you got to put away your flag. It offends people. This was in Germany. It was some event in Germany.
So maybe what was in Germany recently? Maybe the European Championships was in Germany?
Maybe, but I know, and he goes, well, this is how my tour people find me. Like, I hold the flag, and when I went to Italy,
the flag, yeah.
Well, when I went to Italy, that's how it was. Like, a lot of people, the tour people hold the flags, and then, there's my group over there. And he got in trouble, and he was in Germany.
That's a wild
story. He
story.
was in Germany, had the flag, and they were like, this kind of offends people.
The German flag in their own country? It's like if somebody, I guess
they
people,
only want the
people
EU
do that in
flag.
the United States too, where like, oh, you're offending me with the U.S. flag. People get offended by the American flag. Fact.
I think that we all need to calm down and love each other and stop with the BS.
Agreed. And we talked about it last episode, how Pope Leo was talking about how sports really brings everybody together. The World Cup is such a wonderful opportunity. You're bringing all these people of different countries and different, heritages and all these things all together in the United States. And we've seen so many wonderful videos, which we have one. We could show one here tonight of these Europeans coming to the United States and like seeing all these different things in the U.S. and how excited they are. Let's go to clip 22, you buoy. This is a guy from Scotland. Scotland played Brazil this evening, got smoked, but played Brazil this evening in Florida, and this is a video of a Scottish man, his first time in Florida. Let's watch this one.
Just arrived in Florida. Not even 24 hours later, I've already seen my first alligator, and loads of them, right here in Lake Apopka in Florida, near Orlando. This is a wildlife drive. You stay in your car all the way down, and honestly, it's like a safari. I feel like we've been driving through Jurassic Park. I've had the theme tune from Jurassic Park playing in my head the whole time. Loads of alligators, giant birds the size of pterodactyls, snakes. What else are we going to find? This is wild. Something giant just splashed over there. I don't know what it was.
But that's what's so cool about, the World Cup, and especially this year in the United States. I mean, obviously, U.S. fans and U.S. soccer, it's not as big in our country, so we don't really travel as much for, the international events. It's not as big. But here, everybody's coming and they're seeing the American culture, and there's been so many wonderful videos of, Europeans and people from other countries experiencing, like, wonderful things. Like, there was a great video of a guy, these German guys, keeping it on Germany. Mm-hmm. These German guys going to a Buc-ee's, and they realized that they could buy ice. They didn't know that they could buy ice because I guess that's something you can't do in Europe. And they're like, wait, you could just buy a bag of ice? And they're like, yeah. And they go and they buy a bunch of ice and they're all excited. Like, the World Cup is such a unique thing. So to see that video where they're trying to take away the guy's Israeli flag, which it is a country, they're not in the World Cup, but it is a country. And, they're like, oh, we're going to rip it away from you. But then the Palestinian flag is okay. It bothers, it's bothersome.
It's very bothersome.
It's bothersome. It's like you got to pick and choose, what's right and what's wrong.
Well, the whole thing is that the sports are supposed to bring us together, right?
It's true.
And you're going to have different countries competing with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to expect that the Israeli country is going to have their flag, and that the Palestinian people are going to have their flag. Like, did you not think that was going to happen?
Right. There's always going to be
started? So
you
can't pick and choose and then hold everybody in their smallness.
Mm-hmm.
Hold everybody like, you know what, we could have a problem, so we don't want anybody to have fun. We could have a problem, so we don't want you to show your nationalism. And that's wrong.
It's totally wrong, especially in an event like this where that's, everybody's bringing their nationalism. Everybody's bringing their pride of their country to come and watch these games. You look at these Brazilian fans. I mean, they're crying, like going crazy for a preliminary game. It's like, dude, it's a prelim. Like, you're a favorite to win the whole thing, and you're like crying it out. Your eyes are bawling because you're watching your team play because that's how much you love your country and you love your team. It's like, that's just, it is what it is. But, Israel it's its own separate issue, and we're going to get into that shortly in the show. But,
let's go to video 23.
Oh, we're going to go to video 23. Okay, let's do it.
This goes with our conversation.
Okay, let's do it. Video 23. Gonna win it all.
Come on, you gotta enjoy that.
You're gonna win it all.
Let people be happy.
Yeah.
Just let people be happy.
I wish I got this other clip. I saw a really awesome one. Norway played in MetLife the other day, the prelim game, and they do this awesome thing where they do the Viking row.
Yeah.
And the whole stadium does it. So there was a cool video of them. They all went to Times Square before the game and did it in Times Square. And the NJ Devil went and did it with them. Like the Devil's mascot went in the crowd and he was doing it with them in the full gear.
From there?
No, he was probably just doing it for fun, like to interact with the fans, because a lot of mascots have been doing that. But he went into Times Square and did it with the fans, and it was an awesome video. The fans loved it. But
we need to get back to having fun.
Right, exactly.
We need
It's
to
the
get
World
back
Cup.
to
It's
having
supposed
fun.
to
Like
be.
after COVID, everybody got so sensitive. And
COVID changed
and then we
everything.
had that
It's true.
big problem with Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
And now we have the next problem where everything is anti-Semitic. And we have to just stop and start finding the love with one another again. And just tolerate people. You don't have to like them, just tolerate them.
But you know what it is too, Coach, and I think we've talked about it before. You can criticize a country and their actions without criticizing a religion. Like Israel, what Israel's doing is completely wrong. And you saying that what Israel's doing is completely wrong doesn't make you an anti-Semitic asshole. It's just
But
you're speaking the truth and saying like you're what you're doing is wrong.
Unfortunately, that's the narrative. It is a narrative that is being pushed out there, and everything is anti-Semitic. Everything. And it has to stop. We have to start operating out of a place of truth.
Yeah.
And a place of love.
Right.
And it's like we're constantly being manipulated. And then when they're manipulating us and we're like, listen, that's not right. He has a flag. It's for your safety. It's a manipulation.
Yeah.
And it's going on all the time. And at some point, until we get it together and start saying, listen, we're going to show that we can behave and we're not going to let the government have to come in and act like they're parents for us all the time. Because that's what's going on. The government is like, listen, you guys act like a bunch of babies, so we need to be the parents.
Yeah.
That's honestly what's happening. We need to tell you how to even take care of your own children. Seriously. And then they don't even care about your own children because they let the pharmaceutical companies do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Carlos,
It's
you
true.
have to show this video because when I saw this video with RFK,
Yeah.
I was deeply disturbed because I don't remember you having to get this many vaccines when you were born
All
back
right.
in 2000.
Let's go clip one, you boy here.
A compliant child must take between 69 and 92 vaccines to stay in school in some states. And not one of them has been safety tested in a pre-licensing placebo-controlled trial. And that is just malpractice. So the people who were in charge of that are now gone.
Gone. Fired.
The people in charge
Yeah.
of that are gone.
Yep.
But what are they going to tell you? It's for your safety. They're people
that was the whole line. I mean, and we talked about it the other night, Ma. You said, what was it, 18% of the U.S. population or the world population is
18%. Only 18% of the United States population chose not to get vaccinated.
not to get
with
the COVID
shot.
vaccine. Yeah.
Only 18%.
Because they
That's
sold.
to me, I was shocked.
They
I was
sold
like,
that
what?
narrative where you had to get the vaccine
No.
to get your
It
livelihood.
wasn't just for the narrative, Carlos. It was also the fact that they threatened them like the way he wants to threaten Kanye.
Yeah.
We don't like what you say, so you're not going to be able to make a living and have a concert. We don't like that you're not doing what we say, so if you don't get vaccinated, you can't have a job here anymore. Your kids can't go to school here anymore. You're not allowed to participate in any more sports.
Yeah.
Yet they'll let all these migrants in. And I don't know, I doubt very much that those migrants all had 27 vaccines before they entered the country. How much you want to bet?
No
How
chance,
much you want to
Coach.
bet
No
that
chance.
they came into here and they did not have 27 vaccines?
No
and they were
chance.
thrown right into the public school. All of a sudden, there's Alfredo. He's 27 years old, pretending to be 17.
There's
And
Alfredo?
it's like, hey,
What a-
what's up? ¿Qué pasa? And it's like, did you get your 27 vaccinations?
Yeah.
I don't think they even asked him. They didn't even ask him for a birth certificate. Forget his vaccine card,
It's
right?
like that scene from what's that movie where the adults go to play Little League, and then they bring in the guy from El Salvador or
Listen,
whatever, and
I
he has
saw
got
that.
the I am 12.
I saw that in New York City. My father
Benchwarmers.
was a Little League coach
Yeah.
in Queens, New York, I swear. And there was a kid, I think he was Dominican.
Yeah.
And he was fantastic. And my dad used to always say they can't provide the birth certificate because he's from the Dominican Republic. But I'm telling you, he's not 13 years old.
He is not 13.
He's like, I know for a fact, or like maybe even 11. He goes, maybe he is 13, but he's playing 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
Like, and he goes, but he's from the Dominican Republic. They said they don't have a birth certificate for him, so we just have to take their word for it. I'm not kidding you. And this is back when my brother was born in 1989.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the early 90s.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, or late 90s. I think I was already married to your father at the time. Like, we'd go to and it was so funny because right next to the park was the bridge onto Rikers Island.
Yeah, okay.
So you would see like the prison bus going back and forth while my brother was playing baseball. I was like, Dad, we can do better. Can't we do better?
Can we pick a different Little League?
Son of the American Revolution. Could we do better?
Just like, let's try a different borough. I'm sure they got Little League in some other boroughs we could try. Give that a shot.
But my father, and then it was so funny because he had a team and they were a lot of Arabs.
Okay.
And my father's team was called the Bronx Bombers.
Wow.
Because he's a huge Yankee fan.
Yeah.
So I remember he was like, I feel a little uncomfortable with my team name. I said, why? You love being the Bronx Bombers. He goes, well, I have a lot of Arab kids on the team this year.
Oh, man.
So I was like, who cares, Dad?
What year was this? What year was that? Was that the Little League season?
Well, remember, 1992 was the first.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So what year was that team?
This had to be late 90s.
Late 90s.
Maybe if I was already married, I got married in 1998. So we're talking, this could have been 2000, 2001.
Yeah.
Oh, it was bad. Well,
yeah, it was.
There goes the Bronx Bombers.
Yeah, they went. They sure went that year. The Bronx Bombers. They were buzzing. That crew. Big year for the Bombers.
Even he was paranoid, but he didn't change the name. He was like, they're for the Yankees. But he did feel a little uncomfortable. But imagine if somebody said for your safety, you need to change your name.
Well.
I mean, but back then, it was just kind of like people lived with each other.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't all this paranoia all the time.
Yeah.
All this government overreach. All this social engineering. And it is just getting on my nerves.
Yeah, that's fair.
And you know what, Carlos? You know what the sad part is? Is that when you push people too far one way, they start to go into an extreme in the other direction.
Oh, gosh.
And I would like to show, in case you missed it. In case you missed it, where is Mamdani's speech?
The one that you're looking for?
Not the one that he responds, the first one that he needed to respond to.
10.
Oh, video number 10. I'm blind, sorry.
The old world is dying, and the new world struggles to be born. Now is the time of monsters. These monsters take many forms today. In AIPAC, for whom the only thing more frightening than democracy being allowed to run its course is an end to genocide and Netanyahu's wars. They move millions in dark money to accomplish a single goal: to preserve their power so that they can turn us against one another, instead of our leaders turning towards the moral change we all know to be necessary.
Mayor Mamdani.
I said it. That's exactly what happens. And then at the end he goes, because they're trying to get us to fight with each other. These monsters! But they're trying to get us to fight with each other.
Who are the monsters?
He said AIPAC.
AIPAC, yes.
He said it right to their face. It's AIPAC. The American organization, AIPAC.
The American organization that they funnel money over to Israel.
But
that organization.
But Mamdani could never get away with that if you didn't have people like Rick Scott trying to tell Kanye West, you don't have a right to make a living. I'm trying to stop you from having a concert in Tampa.
Right.
That's exactly why people go into the other direction. But to New York credit, so he was asked, Mamdani was asked to answer for that comment. Let's go to number 24, you buoy, because I thought this was interesting because he's such a smooth operator.
Some members of the Jewish community, including Democratic Congressman Josh Gottheimer, were alarmed by the language he used at the rally last week, calling AIPAC monsters who move dark money. These are phrases that invoke old anti-Semitic tropes and conspiracy theories. What do you say to those who are concerned that the language you used is dangerous?
Now, I want to be very clear. We're talking about a status quo where children are being killed on a daily basis. More than 1,000 Palestinians have been killed by the Israeli military since the so-called ceasefire. Even an Al Jazeera journalist, Ahmed Wishah, was killed this past Saturday by an Israeli strike. And when I am speaking about AIPAC, I'm speaking about an organization that has been supportive of the status quo, that has fought any attempt to actually deliver safety to people, not just in Palestine, but frankly, through much of the region. And it is a status quo for immorality. It is one that I will not accept. And when it comes to the way in which they defend the status quo, oftentimes they defend it through direct contributions, as we are seeing right now in New York 13. Oftentimes they also support the status quo through dark money, by filtering money that would have previously been directly from AIPAC, now through other shell organizations whose identities of their contributors are only made clear after an election. And I think that it is important that when we ask ourselves how such death and destruction is happening overseas, we also name those who allow it to take place.
Well,
can't argue with that, Coach.
and he sounds so wonderful.
You
so
can't
smooth,
argue
so
with that.
eloquent.
You just can't. It's the truth. You can't argue with it.
I mean, what is wrong with bombing an entire neighborhood if there's one Hezbollah terrorist there? I mean, what's wrong with that? You should be able to blow up an entire neighborhood and blow up a couple of families and take out a couple of pets while you're at it. You know, maybe
and destroy entire infrastructures.
Like now, they don't even have a house anymore. But there might have been a Hezbollah terrorist there.
Somewhere
So
underneath
what's wrong
all
with
of that.
I don't understand.
Yeah. It's terrible.
It's anti-Semitic if you say, "Hey, you know what? That's not right."
It's completely out of proportion. I mean, I've talked about my theories and the idea of a stronger Israeli state in the Middle East, and I think it's pretty evident by what's going on and the continuing of the war. I mean, we had a peace deal locked up last episode. We went live, right? We went live last Thursday. The peace deal was locked up, and we were happy. We were like, all right, peace deal's locked up. Less than 12 hours later, that peace deal was gone.
We have to show.
It was gone.
We have to show the expression on the negotiator's face, on the peace deal. Let's go to video number 25.
Yeah, this is the Pakistani prime minister. His facial expression when Iran
He's the one trying to bring peace.
Yes, when Iran got up and left the table, this was his face. Let's show it.
بحسب السلطات السويسرية
هي
ستقتصر على اليوم فقط ولكن سيكون هناك لجان تقنية وفنية بحسب ما أعلنته قطر ستتابع كل الجوانب الأخرى.
He can't believe it.
هذه الجولة من المفاوضات تأتي بعد توقيع مذكرة
is talking about how he's going to bomb them if they don't do what he wants. As they're having the negotiations.
Yeah, he was trying to drop his nuts on the table.
And
he's the boss.
Iran was like, listen, we're done with you. And then that poor Pakistani prime minister was just like...
the deal was wrapped
played
up.
In the background? Remember that music from the Larry David show?
Yeah, for real. That is.
That was his face, was that music. Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Curb Your Enthusiasm, yeah.
Curb Your Enthusiasm! The peace deal's off. Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
It's not on anymore. It's off.
It's off. And it's really unbelievable. We had everything wrapped up, and the Israelis just couldn't get out of their own way. And they just had to continue to blow up Lebanon.
Trump had the stupidest Truth Social moment.
No, but Coach,
Carlos,
the deal was wrapped up. It wasn't a team effort.
It wasn't
a team effort. The deal was done, and we took a bath in that deal to make it done.
Yes.
And
I would agree with that.
The Israelis decided, fuck that, you're not going to have the deal, we're going to blow you up.
No effort.
That's what Netanyahu said. He's like, no way, because that Netanyahu is trying to expand, and you can't expand without blowing up the stuff around you. And Netanyahu was pissed, and he's like, I got to keep blowing stuff up, so we have to keep the war going. And Trump couldn't let his ego get out of the way, and that's why we're fighting again. That's what happened. The Israelis blew it. And we knew the Israelis were going to blow it because we even said, we don't know what's going to happen. Israel could decide to go keep blowing stuff up. And the Israelis said, we're going to keep blowing stuff up because they can't help themselves.
Every single person said, let's see if this gets to Friday, because I'm sure Israel, and what did they do? They started bombing Lebanon again.
Yeah.
Because you do necessarily need to destroy neighborhoods to go after one possible Hezbollah terrorist, right? That
and
is
Trump
the
even
story.
said it in the G7.
And the problem is that this is pushing people to become more radicalized.
Yeah.
So now Mamdani is a kingmaker.
He is the kingmaker.
He's a kingmaker.
Especially in the
Let's go to video number 9.
Communist Party of U.S.
Closely watched primary races here in New York City. It was a big night for Mayor Zohran Mamdani. All 3 of the congressional candidates he endorsed were victorious. A resounding show of force for the Democratic Socialist leader. Massive blow for establishment Democrats. Jack Schlossberg, the 33-year-old grandson of former President John F. Kennedy, failed in his bid to win a congressional seat in Manhattan.
Thank God, he's an idiot. Thank God. At least I have to back up Mamdani on that for not backing him up. He's terrible.
Yeah,
but he's terrible. But we have to go now to what Trump said.
After the victorious evening.
Because Trump, God forbid, his ego is always there.
Yeah,
always
clip 11 here, you buoy. We'll read you Donald Trump's Truth Social post.
Do it but you have to do a dramatic reading.
A dramatic reading?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Let's go.
All right, let's see. I'll do my best. Mayor Mamdani pulled 3 solid communists and has received loud and universal applause for the fake news media. Congratulations, Mr. Mayor. I went 16-0 last night, helped elect wonderful American patriots, and the media doesn't say a word. Over the last 2 years, my endorsement has netted 259 primary wins and almost no losses, with 0 media attention. Fake news. President Donald Trump.
I saw that today.
Thank you, boy. Did my best.
We're all pawns. We are all pawns on a big chessboard.
You think so?
Good. He's talking about points. I have 276. He only has 3.
259.
Oh, 259. He only has 3. I mean, give me a break, Carlos. And I loved your dramatic reading, too.
It wasn't bad. I did my best.
I thought it was pretty good.
Did my best. Off the cuff.
I thought it was pretty good.
Off the cuff.
But what I find so amazing is that that's what he's worried about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you're the president of the United States. People are dying.
We're at war.
People are concerned in this country. And you're like, I can't believe they're giving Mamdani so many props for his 3 primary wins when I have 256. It's out of control.
256 is right.
256. Do we have, and now we have to go to number 16 because somebody asked him in person today.
Yes, let's go to Club 16.
They want a lot of communists to come in. I'm saying it a little bit differently, but the people that they're pushing are communists, and this country is not going to have communists.
This country's not going to have communists.
It's not going to have communists.
Except for New York.
Except for New York and LA and Chicago and, a lot of other cities. But I mean, it's a dangerous road. But I mean, listen, the problem is, and we've talked about this before, is that the establishment Democrats spat in the face of a lot of people when they decided we're not going to have a primary. Kamala Harris is going to be our candidate. And this is who we're rolling out there. And you guys are just going to go and fill in your little D bubble like good little Democrats that you are. And that's what they were going to do. They didn't have a primary. They didn't ask for your opinion. They just went and decided this is who your candidate's going to be and go fill out that fucking D bubble and be a good little boy. That's what they told you. And a lot of people got upset about that. I know Gabe got upset about it. He's not an establishment Democrat, but he's a Democrat. He got upset. He was like, that's ridiculous. And there's a lot of people that felt that way. And here comes Mamdani, this new fresh face out of the woodwork. And he's like, we're not going to do the establishment way anymore. We're done with the establishment way. We're going to go full commie. And this is the way of the future. And they're on board with the full commie.
This country picks so many winners and losers. It's just communism for the elite.
We're not. No. Communism for the elite.
I'm sorry.
No.
When Elon Musk gets $14 billion in carbon tax credits that he gets to fleece GMC and Ford.
What was he supposed to do with those credits?
Shove him up his ass.
What was he supposed to do with those credits?
I'm all about the free market.
But they created those tax laws. What is he supposed to do with those? Just fucking hold on to it and eat it?
You know what, Carlos?
No way.
Have some integrity.
It's not integrity. It's the truth.
Let me tell you. No, this is what the truth is. Kanye will say, I will ruin my career to say the truth because I have certain values. Where Elon Musk will say, I'm all for less government and more freedom, but get his $14 billion.
Because that's what they made. They made that tax law.
Can I just finish my thought? I want to finish my thought.
But your thought's wrong.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
It's not
just
right.
think about it, people. Just think about it at home. So Elon Musk gets this gift called green energy carbon tax credits, right? So what does he get? $14 billion worth of them. That's what keeps Tesla in business. So in order for Ford and General Motors to stay in business, they need to pay off Elon Musk and get those green tax carbon credits just so that they can stay in business. Rather than taking that money and reinvesting it in their own business, maybe hiring more people. No, Elon Musk was given this gift because he's going with the Green New Agenda. So that, to me, is government welfare. You do what we say, little boy, let's pat you on the head, you get the free government money. But then, oh no, we can't have communism in this country. They pick winners and losers. There's plenty of government money to go around, but it's just when you are the little pet doing exactly what they want you to do. Think about that. So he went along with their green energy scam. He got $14 billion. That's what that $14 billion was for get along. And who did he do? He actually got the money from actual producers called General Motors and Ford. Okay? It's not right. It's not right. That's not American. That's not American.
It's actually really American.
It's disgusting and it's wrong.
It's really
you shouldn't
American.
have the opportunity to go fleece your competitor because some jerk like Rick Scott says, we're going to create carbon credits.
Rick Scott, that was Joe Biden. The Green New Deal was a Democrat policy, and that's where the green tax credits came from. It was from Joe Biden. The Democrats create the tax laws, and then you take advantage of the tax laws. Trump exposed it when he ran for president in 2016. He said, well, if you make these tax laws, why would I not take advantage of them?
He wasn't talking about the Green New Deal.
But that's just another example. If you make the credit, so that way if you make energy efficient vehicles, you're going to get a tax credit. Why would you not go and take advantage of that? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Because you have integrity and
No,
you say,
that's
I'm
bullshit.
all for free markets. I'm all for free markets. I believe in competition. I believe the
Everybody
market
else had an
will
opportunity
decide.
to make
Listen,
energy
if the market
efficient
was gonna
vehicles.
decide,
Everybody had that opportunity.
All right, but first of all, let's see when the Green, wait, let me just ask this
The
thing.
Green New Deal.
When was the Green New Deal? It was before Joe Biden, I'm sure.
Let's see. When was the Green New Deal?
February 7th, 2019. That was when Trump was in office. The Green New Deal was introduced on February 7th, 2019.
When was it signed?
The origin of the terms was coined in 2007. See, it was Congress. It was Congress. That's what I'm saying. I didn't say it was Rick Scott, but somebody like Rick Scott, somebody in Congress, because they all have to con each other. They're a bunch of con artists, and they rig the system. But then we'll have to listen to these people say, we believe in free markets. Listen, if energy efficient cars were going to fly and people could afford them, guess what? People would buy them. 2021
was when it was signed.
Well, but they wrote the bill in 2019, Carlos.
The Democrats introduced the bill in 2019, but then it was signed and finished in 2021 when the Democrats cleaned house in the 2020 election.
It was part of the 2022 Inflation Reduction Act.
The Green New Deal. Joe Biden.
It's all right, fine, but it was
Joe
also
Biden.
Congress. It was also,
but it was a Democrat-ran Congress.
All right, was there one Republican who signed on? I bet you there was.
I don't know. We have to look. We have to look. But the point is that if they create the tax credits, you have every right as an American citizen to take advantage of said tax credits. That's true. And Trump said that in his first term. He said, "Well, if you make the tax laws this way, why would I not take advantage of them?" So if they make a tax credit where it's like if you create energy efficient cars. And they give you
Was
credits.
he getting money from competitors? This went to the next level of sickness. I'm sorry. This one thing to take a tax credit.
Come on.
There's one thing to take a tax credit and use a deduction. And there's another thing where, let's say he goes, oh, Grand Hyatt, they don't like your sinks. So because they don't like your sinks, you need to give me $2 billion.
Coach,
Actually,
Ford
$14
had every
billion.
chance to go ahead and jump on that train, but Ford was continuing to make
I love my
cars.
Ford. God
I love
bless
Ford too. Ford is wonderful. I'm an American car guy. I drive a Jeep. Trust me, nobody has worse gas mileage than me. I drive a Jeep Wrangler. Okay, I know how bad gas mileage is. But like, if you get a tax credit for driving, even Jose Rivera, one of the biggest liberals I know, drives a Tesla because of the energy efficiency. He's a Tesla driver.
So what?
So my point being is that like if you create a car that's an electric car that you're going to get that's going to be energy efficient,
credits, it would have went out of business.
Nah, we don't know that.
I did. I asked Grok. I did a whole deep dive into it, and it said that it was those Grok, his own AI, and it said without those tax credits, he probably would have went bankrupt.
Oh, is that so?
It's true.
Well, Trump went bankrupt multiple times.
Do you know what Ford makes a year? $2 billion. GM, $2 billion. But he got $14 billion to stay in business. Wake up, people. Wake up. And if you're okay with that, that's because you're sleeping on a lower level of consciousness. And that's why I want to go see Kanye West, because me and him are on other level of consciousness where we don't agree with people and the government picking winners and losers to the point where a company makes $2 billion for the year, but somebody gets subsidized with $14 billion. If you think that's right, I think
Ford could have hopped on that train.
Ford could not. They didn't have $14 billion. He came off the ground with the propaganda writing from whatever thing. Ford's been around since the Stone Ages. You can't just change it overnight.
Ford has been around since the Stone Ages.
You can't just change it overnight.
That's true. Ford's a great company.
You know, but the bottom line is this is why Americans are like, oh, we can't be communist, but he gets $14 billion, but I can't even get freaking chicken in a pot, right? I can't even get a chicken in a pot, but he could get $14 billion. And that's why people are going more and more into communism, because they see the disparity in wealth. You can't be this greedy all the time and think that it's not going to make people crazy and irrational. I'm sorry, that's the truth. When people see people getting $14 billion and then they have 4 roommates to live in an apartment in the basement in Brooklyn, they get a little bitter. I'm just saying. It causes a little bit of bitterness and a little bit of anger, and it causes class warfare, but that's what they want, because they want us to be pissed off at each other. They want us to fight with each other.
So let's all just have absolutely nothing and just all be in poverty together, because that's the right answer. Let's all just be in a total shithole as one, and then we'll all be equally as miserable. Like let's do that. Let's get on that train.
I think there are a lot of other policies that would be better.
Everywhere else in the world that has gone communist, we've only seen wonderful things from those countries.
I don't think we should go communist.
Let's get on that train.
I don't think that we should go communist at all. But what I'm saying is that I can understand why people get so desperate and angry. Like when they see entire neighborhoods being blown up because maybe one guy from Hezbollah is there, they get a little crazy and they go, listen, this is wrong. This is genocide. It's not right. And they, and it's like, no, you're crazy. It's not genocide. It's okay. Israel's just defending themselves going into Lebanon because some wackadoo Hezbollah had a drone and it missed somebody, didn't kill anyone, but he needs to pay. So now we gotta.
I agree. I think that's fucked up. That's not right.
And then, oh no, we can't help you with education. We can't help you with healthcare, but we can give Elon Musk $14 billion in green energy tax credits that we just invented in Congress.
Don't make the policy.
And that's why the policymakers, it's all effed up.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Mamdani is becoming the head of the Democrat Party.
Well, that's a danger. That's a danger. That's a danger. Because I'm telling you, communism is not the answer.
It's not the answer.
It's not. But you're making it seem like it is.
It's not the answer.
You're jumping on the train like, great, good on Mamdani. Let's go get him, boys. Everybody, get your red bandanas out of your closet. Like that's the road we're going down right now.
No. Listen, Carlos, the people are suffering so much in New York. They don't even have garbage cans.
New York they couldn't be happier right now in that city.
This poor lady wants to steal a garbage can. She's so poor. She's starving, look.
She's so poor, she's starving. It's because it's fucking painted blue and orange. That's why she wants that garbage can. Is because it's one of a kind.
Shocking thing? She works for J.P. Morgan.
Yeah, J.P. Morgan. It's true.
I was like, DEI. That's all I could say. Because let me tell you, back in the day, people who looked and acted like that were not working at J.P. Morgan.
No.
That's all I'm saying.
But that was a different time.
All right? It was Sex in the City. You had to go get a job on Wall Street. I know, because I looked great back then.
Back in the day.
Oh, back in the day.
Before 4 kids and 3 dogs.
Before 4 kids, 3 dogs, they're eating my jewelry. And I have to be honest with you. I'm always happiest when I'm sitting on the couch with your father or laying in the bed with your father, drinking wine, eating food. I'm not going to lie.
That's always the best of days.
Even though I have to say, just to change the subject a little bit, I was a very mean wife this week.
You were a mean wife?
I was just frustrated about.
You were frustrated.
I was frustrated.
Oh, I can't even. I can't.
We're not going to go into details.
I cannot get on.
But I was just frustrated, and then I behaved in a nasty way, and I was like, and then I felt terrible, and I had to go to confession.
Okay.
So I went to confession, and I feel much better now.
Okay, good.
And I apologize. And we often take out the things on the people that we love the most. Let's be honest, right? We take things out on them.
True, absolutely.
And I felt so terrible because I'm like, I love my husband so much. Why am I being such a crab? Like, that was just nasty. And so I feel sorry, and I love you, honey. And I just want you to know how much I love you. And you're the reason why I'm fat.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
Christ.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Well, but that's a good sign. They say when you see people in a happy marriage, they're overweight. When you see people real skinny in a marriage, that's trouble.
That's total truth.
That's what I've heard.
Amen to that.
Let me
Amen
tell
to
you,
that.
my grandparents married over 60 years. And they were always a little chubby, always happy. They loved each other.
100% the truth. I think the most miserable people on the planet are those people that wake up and go for a run in the morning.
I
Miserable
think they're the most sexually
human
deprived
fucking
people.
beings on the planet
I
by
agree.
far. It's not even close. They wake up and they are just instantly miserable. They have to be. Who could possibly wake up and decide I'm going to go run for 4 miles? I mean, if you're in the military, yeah, hey, good on you, buddy. But like, if you're just like a normal person, like I'm just going to go run 4 miles, like you have to be miserable, man. Like you can't be getting any play. Like you got to be a miserable person.
And honestly, you're running from home.
Yeah, like you're
running
just
from
like
home.
a total miserable
you're like, I have
person.
to get out of bed and run away from home.
Yeah.
And then come home dead tired and just be like, leave me alone. I have to go hit the showers.
Right.
Me, your father and I, we get up, we have coffee. We sit on the couch. If it's a weekend, we'll have a donut. Maybe.
Yeah,
Like,
go get some Krispy Kreme, cake donuts.
That's my happy place.
Yeah.
That's my happy place. But what I'm saying is that back in the 90s, you had to look a certain way. You had to act a certain way. You
Right.
had to be very professional.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
never in a million years with cell phones everywhere would anybody even like, don't be
Decide
a dirty
to
bird.
dump a whole
Never
trash
be-
can out.
Well, it's
But
so
she
bad
was
for
a
the
Nick fan, though.
environment.
She's a Nick fan. She was excited about the special Nick trash can.
Listen, no amount of
She
green
gave it
carbon
back.
credits are good.
She
Listen,
gave the trash can
poured
back.
trash all over the ground. Like, this is our country. Stop putting trash all over our country.
It's true.
So
It's
I have to play
disgusting.
this video because I love Pope Leo so much. He's my favorite guy in the whole world. And
You
every
love
day,
Pope Leo.
Every day I read about Pope Leo. Booey, let's go to video number 4 because I really think Pope Leo hit the mark here.
Agreed.
If we want the world to live in peace, we must begin with ourselves. Enough with words of hatred. Enough with insults, with bullying. Enough with all those things that make war between us, between communities, between nations. Letters from Leo. Every day he inundates, I know he's getting in that algorithm.
Yeah.
I know he's like, in order to make sure that the AI doesn't
He posts nonstop. Pope Leo.
nonstop.
He's a frequent flyer. He posts the same amount as Trump.
He does.
He posts the same amount of
does.
Trump. Him and Trump are like side by side posting like nonstop, like all day long. The two of them are just going post.
He was talking about last week the sports. So this week he says, attention all writers.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
When you write stories and develop your characters, you identify with them. You grasp their points of view, their emotions, their feelings, their attitudes. This is great training grounds of humanity that you allow your readers to experience because, in a sense, readers live many lives in addition to their own. This helps us to discover different perspectives, to avoid treating our own views as absolute, and to piece together, as in a mosaic, the outline of that truth which always transcends us. So then, and then this was the end, he goes, that is why I repeat to you who are writers what St. Paul VI said to all artists, we need you. We need your imagination, your narrative creativity, and your lively thinking. We need those to create spaces of freedom and authenticity within which divine grace can make the promise of consolation and peace resound. I thank you for every time you have sown seeds of reconciliation, of encounter, and of friendship. For this reason, I encourage you in your work and gladly invoke the Lord's blessing upon you and your loved ones. Thank you. How beautiful is that?
That was wonderful. That was great. That was great. Well, I loved the other clip too, where, he talks about the importance of people just getting out there and, talking about, the message of the church and the message of God and how important it is. And, I do think that that's very important. I think, as a Catholic and as Christians, like, it's very important that we continue to push the importance of a lot of the messages in the Bible. We don't want that to kind of be lost. And I think, especially in today's society, I feel like that can get lost a lot of the times. And, I think it's very important as Catholics and Christians, we have to get out there. We have to get out there. Don't be an asshole like the guys that hold up the board, though, with the signs of abortion.
Right away
those
to the
guys, those guys are pricks. But just at least, like, just don't be afraid to, like, speak up. Like, when somebody's, like, saying something unjust and, like, it's like, don't be afraid to, be a man and just be like, hey, like, what you're saying is wrong. Have some balls and speak out against some of the injustice and some of these horrible things that are going on in our society.
Also, don't be afraid to say where your happiness comes from.
Like sitting on the couch and eating.
Right, sitting on, but also going to Mass. I had to go to confession. I had to go and confess my sins and say, I was mean to my husband and I felt terrible about it because I love him so much and I needed to take my soul to the car wash.
Yeah.
And when people say, how do you stay married? We regularly visit the soul car wash.
You do. Even old man Dad's going to a daily Mass now, 6:30.
He is.
It's frequent daily Masser.
And you know what? I think that we need to just talk about that's where we get our strength and our fortitude from, and not to be ashamed of it.
Yeah, definitely not to be ashamed of it. You shouldn't be ashamed of it. I think that there's a lot of really great and powerful messages that come from God and come from especially the Catholic Church and a lot of the old teachings. I think you can find almost the answer to every one of your problems and everything that you're kind of going through. You can always find if you just go through the Bible. Just take a read and just read some of it. You'll find a lot of the answers to what you're looking for and the problems that you're going through just right in the text. So I always encourage people to give it a read because there's a lot of good stuff in there for sure.
So remember, don't get mad at people. It is the principalities that they're under. And I'm sorry to say, but I feel like these are evil principles when you're just killing people. It's evil and it's wrong. And we need to get back to what's right and be peaceful and do what Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, would want us to do. What?
Nothing. I'm going to hold that one in. I agree with you, Coach. I agree with you. I think, listen, Jesus, he gave you the path. He said, he's the one and only, and, you got to accept him. And I think it's just some people are not doing that. And you see it in the Middle East all the time. People get, blowing each other up thinking that it's okay. And you gotta just do the right thing and be done. I mean, what Israel's doing right now in the Middle East is just so awful. It's so awful. And I feel for those people, those Christian people getting slaughtered. The Christians have been getting slaughtered in the Middle East for a long time, like a really long time. And, I feel for those Christians in the Middle East that are getting slaughtered by the Israelis right now. And, just nothing happening. Nothing happening around the world. It's a shame. It's a shame. I talk about it all the time. Things need to start changing. They got to start changing. You got to start standing up for Christianity.
Politicians are never the answer.
No, never.
Politicians are never the answer.
Never.
They need to be worried about infrastructure. They need to make sure that the leaves are getting picked up.
Right.
Pick
the leaves up in the neighborhood.
You got to be in charge of things that are policy driven, but don't start telling me whether or not what my morality is because I want to go see Kanye West. Don't go there. We just, don't tell somebody, hey, for your own safety, you can't have an Israeli flag. We got to stop that. And we have to stop relying on politicians to create the policies. We need to start acting like adults and start praying and being a community of like-minded people where love is our guiding principle, not hate.
Love it, Coach. Couldn't have said it any better myself.
It's true.
Nailed it right there. Well, thank you guys so much for watching with us tonight. We'll end on that note. Appreciate everybody who's tuned in on YouTube and X with us tonight. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe button before you go. If you're a first-time viewer, welcome to our page here, guys. Be sure to follow all of our social media platforms. You can find that right down below there. Make sure you follow all of our socials as well. If you're watching on Rumble, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hit that follow and like button as well before you guys head out. And we're going to be this. You can find this episode on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, Amazon Music. You can find us on all of wherever you get your podcasts. You can find us on those platforms there. We'll be back next week, America 250 episode next week. It's the 4th of July episode, so we'll deck out red, white, and blue. Be sure to tune in with us. We'll talk about some exciting American stuff and celebrate the 250th anniversary. It's a very exciting time.
It would be nice if everybody shared a story about their family history in the United States.
That would be awesome.
Right?
That'd be really cool.
Come in the chat and give us a story from your family experience here in the United States.
Absolutely.
I'll bring my book.
You should bring your book.
I'll bring the book.
Bring the history book. We got to get we'll get Zoe on to tell her how her grandpa has the best franchise in the United States.
Ooh, a real American story.
Real American story. Shout out McDonald's, best place ever. Okay, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time, same place, same time next week, and we'll be celebrating the 4th of July. So have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy. We got a big one coming up next week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.